Let's go and combine the greatest parts of DuckTales and Mega Man, Castlevania, and Zelda 2. Steal thy shovel, it's up to you.
Well then, the day has finally come. It's Scrooge McDuck versus Shovel Knight. Very unexpected matchup, but let's check it out. Let's see how it goes. Death battle!
Some people adventure for wealth.
Yes, here's Laura.
For others, the wealth is
There's
in the
Nathan.
adventure.
Either way, you'll be successful if you can bounce off your enemies' heads.
Yeah.
Like Scrooge McDuck,
That's the
the
basic.
wealthiest waterfowl to ever live.
And Shovel Knight, a shining example of the code of chivalry. He's Whiz and I'm Boomstick.
Yep.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons,
Bounce,
armor, and
bounce,
skills
bounce.
to find out who would win a death battle.
Yeah, they were kidding when they said it would be 8-bit.
In 1867, Scrooge McDuck was born to a poor family in Glasgow, Scotland. He grew up a relatively normal duckling until his 10th birthday.
Scrooge's father took him to see the remains of the old McDuck clan castle. See, their family wasn't always super poor, and Scrooge was inspired by the sight of their former glory. So the next day, he got a job and earned his first money ever.
Oh,
A dime.
Problem was, it was an American dime, and Scrooge was in Scotland. Naturally,
Yeah, so it
feeling
was useless.
pretty cheated, Scrooge swore he'd build his fortune by being, I quote, tougher than the toughies and sharper than the sharpies.
Yep.
So he
Make his
hopped
money
over
square.
to Oregon to start his quest
Concrete
for wealth.
and the Super
And
Bowl.
judging by his
Okay.
money vault today, where he literally
300
swims in gold, I'd say he did a pretty effing good job.
No obstacle was too difficult to keep him from fortune. By my estimations, his entire net worth today rests around $300 quadrillion.
Rich as he is, he's got to defend his treasure trove somehow. So this wealthy waterfowl's got more guns than I do. Not to mention the trusty cannons he has hidden around his manor. Haha, nothing like some old-fashioned artillery for home defense.
Ooh.
Scrooge also has a number of unorthodox high-tech firearms.
Oh, yeah.
Or as normal people call them, laser guns. My favorite is the one
Yep.
that can shoot through solid steel titanium.
Jeez.
It's called the Burglar Stunner, but
Let's
I'm
see
pretty
Shovel-
sure that'll do a hell of a lot more than stun you.
Well, my
Let's see
favorite
Shovel
would be
Knight
Scrooge's
armor
neutral
defending
friction
against
and anti-inertia rays. By removing a target's natural friction and inertia, these guns can turn a foe so slippery they can't grip anything, or take away all momentum from that foe's movement and weight.
Oh,
Without friction, a person
didn't
will
even-
slide miles upon miles with no hope of stopping themselves. Without inertia, a cannonball will have even less impact than falling leaves, though it is important to note that these guns do not affect personal gravity.
Yeah, science and stuff. Though if I were him, I'd prefer the feel of one of his rifles or swords.
Or his signature sidearm, his trusty cane.
What's so special about a dusty old cane, you ask? Well, just look at the old quack go. Not every duck can turn their cane into both a club and a pogo stick.
Even when he's unarmed, Scrooge's thirst for wealth has pushed his body past many preconceived limits.
Oh,
He possesses
yeah.
incredible strength, speed, and durability.
Not to mention,
Well
the dude's
beyond
got
his
some
old
serious
age.
huevos. One time when he was stuck in the savannah, he walked right up to a lion, beat it in a roaring match, and then just rode it all the way to town.
He's also
Meow.
a surprisingly skilled marksman.
Like some sort of gun-toting Mr. Miyagi, he can shoot flies out of the air with perfect precision.
And he's no slouch with a blade. Apparently, Buffalo Bill taught him how to knife fight in, Injun style. And now's a great time to remind you that Scrooge is pretty old. It was a different time.
Racism aside, it takes a lot to put this mighty mallard down. He survived the Titanic sinking, being frozen solid in the Yukon, fighting hordes
I
of
knew he
wild
destroyed his
animals,
steamboat, but the
and
trout to the
taking
Earth's
a
core?
cannon shot to
Wow.
the face before being dragged through a minefield. He's even survived a trip to the literal center of the Earth, which, if you've forgotten, is pretty much super lava.
That's putting it mildly. The Earth's
Super lava.
core is estimated to be well over 9,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
More than hot enough to cook your goose.
He's outrun a cheetah, which can reach 75 miles per hour. He's stopped a charging water buffalo, which can weigh up to 2,600 pounds.
And you ever hear that legend where George Washington threw a silver dollar across the Potomac River? Well, Scrooge can do that too. And he even caught the coin on the other side. Because Scrooge isn't gonna waste a single dollar.
Seems pretty impressive, but Scrooge has some massively problematic flaws.
Yeah?
Least of all is his age. He's 150 years old. That won't do him any favors in a fight.
And why can't he fly? I mean, he's a duck with his own private plane, and he has human teeth.
He's not that kind of duck.
Really should just hire a poultry scientist at Disney. Oh, I'll send my resume.
Well, more importantly would be his overpowering greed. He can often lose sight of his goals or explode into an uncontrollable rage if someone threatens his wealth.
He is pretty selfish and has a one-track mind. I don't know if the uncontrollable rage part, though, is such a bad thing.
Certainly not in some situations, like the time Soapy Slick tried to rip Scrooge off, steal his property, and humiliate him by chaining him to a steamboat and making fun of his letters from home, including one informing Scrooge of his mother's passing.
That's more than enough to piss Scrooge off. So much that he literally
Oh,
tore
yes,
the
this is
entire
what I'm
boat
talking
apart
about.
with his bare hands. Or wings. Holy damn, that's
Yeah,
a real
please, while you
foul
float.
string.
Just goes to
No
show
longer.
that nothing can stand between Scrooge and his wealth.
I don't know which was wilder in those days, the wolves or me.
Yeah. Back off, Wolf. Oh, tilt.
A long time ago,
Oh,
the world was
there we go.
wild, and adventurers roamed the land. The most famous of whom were
Yeah.
partners Shield Knight and Shovel Knight.
For obvious
You can tell how good
reasons.
they are by the giant piles of loot behind them.
Shovel Knight and Shield Knight traveled together, and they were the stuff of legend. That is, until the Tower of Fate.
Once inside, a cursed amulet knocked Shovel Knight out cold. When he woke up, Shield Knight was gone and the tower was sealed shut. And boy, did that bum him out. So, like all depressed heroes, he abandoned everything and
Travels
went
via
to the
catapult.
wilderness to do a bunch of farming
And fought him and his
most
power
likely
comes from
drinking.
hats.
Soon after
Who
he
is you're
retired,
talking
an
about?
evil woman called the Enchantress took power, along with a group of villainous knights known as the Order of No Quarter. Ah, get it? It's funny. So maybe retiring wasn't the most responsible idea.
Man's gotta mourn, Wiz. Man's gotta mourn.
Yep.
You mean like
Yep.
when you took a week off to mourn after your divorce? Because I'm pretty sure all you did was get drunk and shoot fireworks at my house.
Ah, yeah. Man, that was a real good morning.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Shovel Knight's break didn't last long. After the Enchantress and her knights took hold of the land, the Tower of Fate unsealed. Knowing it was his only chance to find out what happened to Shield Knight, he dug back into action.
Yep.
And with him, he took his mightiest weapon. A shovel.
Yep. The
Don't
shovel
sell
blade.
it short. It's not just any shovel, it's a shovel blade. And thanks to its surprisingly versatile nature, it can slash through anything from rats to...
Holy crap! Did he just kill a dragon
Yeah.
with that thing?
He
yes,
did.
he did.
That reminds me of the time I made my own weapon out of a yard tool. I miss my rake blade.
Least
Everyone got
rake your
confused and
acquaintance.
offended whenever I yelled my catchphrase, "Prepare to get raked!" So I stopped using it.
Oh. Probably
Yeah.
smart. Well, thanks to
Hey.
the shovel blade's unique attributes, Shovel Knight
Oh,
has
he's got a
repertoire
variety of
deadly
armors, okay.
attacks, his signature being the shovel drop.
This deadly downward drop allows him to dig into his enemies, pogo stick style. Now, where have I seen that before?
Yeah.
He also has a charge attack that, when unleashed, does massive damage and can even penetrate armor. If his enemy is more than a scoop's reach away, he can strike the earth to fire a dangerous spark that travels along the ground.
You know what else it's good for? Digging up all of that sweet, sweet treasure.
But the shovel blade is far from his only weapon.
Of course.
Throughout his journey, Shovel Knight has acquired many magical relics, which are quite handy in battle, though they do require access to a limited supply of magic to use.
He can set stuff on fire with the flare wand, or punch through compact dirt with the dust knuckles.
He can also take the wind out of his enemies with the throwing anchor, or fly a short distance with the propeller dagger.
If Shovel Knight needs to kill bad guys in those hard-to-reach spaces, he has his trusty Chaos Orb, which
Chaos.
acts like a bouncy ball of doom.
He also possesses the mobile gear, a mechanism which allows him to traverse dangerous terrain such as spikes and small gaps with ease.
It's a literal.
Oh, gear. But my favorite relic is the war horn, which is kind of like the horn of Gondor, but it makes people explode.
Shovel Knight carries a few defensive relics as well.
Yeah, like those sweet fish goblets.
You mean the Truple Chalices. These special liquid receptacles can carry ichors, substances which, when drunk, provide certain benefits to Shovel Knight. Most notably, the Ichor of Renewal, which fully restores his health and magic.
Okay.
And how do you get such a useful liquid? From a bunch of fish that perform an interpretive dance and spit in your cup. It's dinner and a show.
Last but not least is the Phase Locket. This relic allows Shovel Knight to pass through his enemies and even grants him temporary invincibility while under its effect.
Like all good knights, our shovel-wielding friend protects himself with a suit of shining armor. Actually, he's got a few of them.
His most capable all-around set is the Dynamo Mail. Along with providing the kind of defense you need for fighting the forces of evil, it has an added bonus. Hitting just about anything with his shovel drop builds up a powerful charge attack.
Normally, a large suit of armor comes with a lot of extra weight, but Shovel Knight doesn't let that slow him down.
Even in full plate, our delving hero seemingly never tires and is agile enough to dodge everything from cannonballs to fireballs.
Actually, the weight is more of a bonus since his attack of choice is bouncing on heads. Where's math that?
On it, comparing his height to these doors, Shovel Knight appears to be about 4 feet 6 inches tall. Given his broad physique, he likely weighs approximately 100 pounds.
They're already
at most.
calculating
In
Shovel
the
Knight's
14th century,
statistics.
a knight's plate armor for
Oh,
combat
that's usually not a
weighed
good
about
sign
50
for
pounds.
the
Scaling
character
to
in
Shovel Knight's
question.
height, his armor likely weighs 50 pounds. Including the 5-pound shovel, he must drop with a force of over 6,700 joules of kinetic energy. In comparison, Mike Tyson can punch with up to 1,600 joules and has knocked out 44 people in the ring. And Shovel Knight's striking power is over
That's
4
like
times
almost a
stronger
fourth.
than that.
Good job! No wonder Shovel Knight was able to take down the entire Order of No
Oh, he
Quarter,
fought the
including a
Battletoads,
giant steampunk
and
mech
Kratos.
and the Enchantress herself.
He's also stubborn enough to hold his breath underwater for an impressively indefinite amount of time. And he even held his own against the Battletoads and Kratos, the upcoming god of war.
Oh,
What the hell? Really? That's awesome!
he
If
fought
you sell
Kratos.
enough
Okay.
games, you can get anybody.
But even after all that, Shovel Knight doesn't seem the most intelligent warrior. After all, the only reason he gave up on Shield Knight for so long is because he just assumed she was dead.
Still, he's one deadly warrior who isn't afraid to put his enemies 6 feet under. You know, because he digs holes and stuff.
And there we go.
Alright, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate
Okay.
once and for all.
But first,
I'm
I've got
still on
some
the
free
fence
food
about
for you.
this now.
Now, I'm a man
Kinda
who likes
leaning
a good
towards
home-cooked
Scrooge,
meal,
though.
but going out to buy or hunt my own food is a hassle. If only there was some way food could be brought straight to me.
Good news, Boomstick. Introducing Blue Apron, the #1 fresh food delivery
I'm sure you've
service
all
in
seen
the
this
country,
before. So.
using only the
Battle!
Let's go. Scrooge versus Shovel Knight. Here comes the Shovel Knight. Look at all that money, those jewels. Rub those hands. Ooh. Uh-oh. Scrooge ain't having any of that. Whoa. Scrooge is already getting pummeled. Go! Four! Cannon! A fishing line? What kind of relic is that? Ooh. The money vault. Oh, come on, Scrooge. Come on, Scrooge. Surely you got better. Oh, no. Ah, here we go. Anti-inertia ray. Neutral friction ray. Uh-oh. Of course. Just like Captain America. Well done, Scrooge. You defended your horde.
Damn, that's cold! With his own weapon!
Shovel Knight might have been able to uphold the code of shovelry, but he could not hold up to Scrooge's wealth of experience and superior strength.
Aside from the extra 100+ years of experience he's got over Shovel Knight, Scrooge's feats blew him out of the water. For example, there's no way that Shovel could have put him down very quickly when he's powered through a minefield like it's nothing.
And remember how he threw a coin across the Potomac River and rode across fast enough to catch it? Well, we know the average width of the river is 1,300 feet, and he threw the coin at an angle of 20 degrees. After some quick calculations, this means he must have thrown the coin, boarded his boat, rowed across the entire river, and exited the boat to catch the coin in less than 5.4 seconds. This means he must have been rowing the boat at speeds well over 164 miles per hour.
Jesus,
That
how
puts the
fast
cheetah
are his
feet to
arms
shame.
moving there?
To make all of that work, at least 14,400 rotations per minute.
That's ducking awesome!
He is strong enough to rip apart a steamboat after all. But regardless of Scrooge's power, Shovel Knight had very little options to defend against the Duck's wackier, physics-breaking weaponry. Those that could buy him some time could only last for so long due to his limited supply of magic.
Plus, Scrooge has fought knights and magicians before, while Shovel Knight never fought anyone quite like Scrooge McDuck. Looks like Shovel Knight dug his own grave.
Yep.
The winner is Scrooge McDuck.
The richest duck in the world. Who's next?
Next time on Death Battle.
Who's next? What? Venom? Oh, it's Venom, isn't it? Yep. Venom. Can't wait to see who he's fighting.
Hey guys, I'm Chad. I play Boomstick.
Yep.
And I play Wiz, and next time we've
So,
got
that was pretty fun.
Venom from
An
Marvel.
all 8-bit
Who's
death
gonna be
battle.
fighting? You can stick to our social media. We'll be announcing it very shortly. And you could have watched this death battle early and all our videos early, plus like merch discounts and a bunch of great stuff by becoming a first member. It's free to try, so click the link in the description below. Sign up today.
So
Thanks for
yeah,
watching, guys. Yeah.
we'll be seeing who Venom will be fighting soon. Later, all! Bane, huh? Okay, I was not expecting Bane to be Venom's opponent. I mean, I don't see what they have in common besides being muscular. I was kind of expecting another parasite user like Bao the Visitor or even Ryuko. But okay, Bane it is.
A sea monster! Eat my ice cream!
Stop it! Grab that foot! Hold it down!
It's all right now, boys. I got it out of my system. There's not a second to lose. We're leaving to salvage my fortune.